Okay, simple navigation of HRS Pro v10. When you first log into HRS Pro, this is the main menu. This is the main area of the database where you should start up and get access to some of the main files, the administration section, so forth, and also the area where you shut down. So to shut down the database, you click on the shutdown button and choose OK, and the database will close. Getting access to the main files, you can see on the top left hand corner here, access to the contacts, companies, jobs, and also your diary. Now your diary will take a little while to load the first time you do it, otherwise this is your weekly view, and then you have a monthly view on the right hand side there. You can show your month or your temp diary by clicking on the options there. Let's go back to our main menu. So you can also, as you can see here, do a quick search. So if I type in Carl in that window and click on the magnifying glass, this will run through the database, finding all the Carls that exist from companies to contacts, compile them all in the contact list, and then show that list as a result here in the contacts. So it goes to the companies as well, so there's also a company list, and you see that we've got 49 Carls, and it will show you in highlighted form where it found all the various Carls. So let's show all those records and go back to our main menu. We also have access to the administrative section, which I won't go into now. We'll come back to that later. If you have access privileges, this is where you'll find out various information like how to set up the preferences for your contacts, your SMS text messaging, to back up, to create contracts for your temps, your temps, your timetables, your logos, the various plugins that are being used, and so forth. So that's the main menu. You can also see on the left hand side here we've got a list of functions. So for everyone in the system, they will have a function here. Now this is your function. If you're a manager, you can also look at the other people in the database. You can have a look at their functions as well. Sorry, not in the database, in your company, the consultants list. You've got here, for example, CV sent out. So you'll be able to see how many CVs you've sent out to a client, and it's got a date for you there which you can change to being this week, this month, or so forth. So we'll close that. My jobs that I've got on the go, hot candidates, this is everyone, every candidate that you've tagged as a hot candidate, and the arrow will take you to that record. So clicking on that arrow will list the 3 hot candidates that we have in the system, and the go back button will bring you back to where you were. There are a few other things here. Placements you've made this month, again you can change that to this week, and the record count will be there, and the arrow will take you to those particular records. On the right hand side here we have a list of our to-dos or my to-dos. When you create a to-do, you have a choice of showing them as a to-do or creating them, sorry, as a to-do or a call list. So you can choose between whether you view them as a to-do or a call list. And again, plus buttons will create, arrows will take you to those records. So click on the plus button, you can create a new to-do, take the subject, demo for today, put in some notes, hello. You can send it to your iCal calendar and so forth from there, and we'll save that in our database. There we go, we've got our demo for today. Got a list of all the hot candidates in the system, the 3 that were tagged on our left hand side here, the open jobs that I'm working on, workflow. Well, workflow is basically any job activity. So from the minute you send a CV to a client, you're creating a workflow. Your placements are obviously your placements, and companies that you're targeting are also sitting on your front page. So that's your front page. You can get access to your preference file. So if you click on that little preference file, it opens up your own personal preferences. So this will show you the reports that you're allowed to view. They are all set up in the administration section, and any signatures that you may have in the system, and computer profiles that have been set up for you. This is something we need to set up with an administrator prior to starting our system. So here we go. That's our preferences, and that's really the general main menu.